Cherry love. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm actually going to talk about a very sensitive topic for some, and I just hope that it doesn't go over a lot of you guys' heads. Biracial children. I'm going to talk about the fetishization of biracial children, aka mixed children. So I feel like a lot of women, a lot of men and women, they fetishize these mixed babies, and they fetishize them because it's a personal issue that they have with themselves. I feel, in my personal opinion, for black women, I feel like it's the idea of how they were treated when they were younger. You know, they may have not had the beautiful hair, they may have not had the light skin tone that gets accepted a lot of times, and so for black men, they probably were called unattractive, or they just didn't feel attractive because they had dark skin, or because they were black, or they felt some way because they're black. And it becomes, it's more a self-acceptance issue. There's this feeling of, I don't want my kid to experience or go through what I went through. That's what a lot of people, that's what you say, right? When you are thinking about kids when you're young or you're a teenager, the first thing, like let's say you were bullied. In your mind, you're like, when I have kids, or it's like, when I have kids, my kids are going to take self-defense classes, or they're going to take some kind of boxing class or something, because I don't want my children to go through what I went through. If you were bullied for not having your hair done, or you were bullied for the clothes that you wore, when you have kids, it's like this mentality of, I'm going to make sure that my kids dress to impress, because I don't want them to feel like I feel. And I feel like that's kind of the mentality that a lot of these people have when they start having children. I was teased because of my dark skin, or I was teased because I didn't have this long beautiful hair, or I didn't look like this, or I didn't look like that, and I don't want my kid to go through that. And so you have these people who seek out. I know that it happens everywhere. In each community, there are a lot of fetishizing going on. But at this point, I'm talking about in the black community. This idea of a lot of black people, they don't feel accepted. And it dates back to slavery times, how lighter skin tones were preferred. They still experience racism, but it wasn't as bad for light-skinned people as it was for darker skin tones. That mentality has followed it's just followed in generations, and to the point where you have these people who feel like they're not beautiful if they don't have light skin. So it's like they're living their life through their mixed children. I have a mixed child. My child isn't going to go through that. Well, I mean, in a way, it's like, okay, the hair texture passes, the skin tone, okay, we pass with the skin tone. But what about the other issues that they're going to face? And I feel like that is the issue that needs to be addressed, and that's not something that is a concern for them, because their mind is one track, and it is, their hair is pretty, their skin tone is pretty, they're good. What about the other issues that they're going to face as biracial people? You hear biracial people all the time on social media talk about their experiences in life. So the troubles don't just stop with good hair and light skin. And a lot of these people who fetishize mixed babies, they do not believe that their black is beautiful. The ones who fetish biracial children, that pleases their inner child. It's like a fix for them. It's like they're getting high off of someone saying that. It pleases their inner child because that is something that they probably didn't hear. They probably heard the opposite of that growing up. And when someone says, your child is beautiful, that's pleasing to them. Normally the ones that fetish them, they have a darker skin tone. It's that self-hate that they have. Basically saying, I didn't have any control over my skin color, but when I procreate, I'm going to have control over it. And I'm going to make sure that the child is biracial so they don't have to deal with these issues that I had to deal with.